Hey Pisces, here we are. I know you can't hear me very well because of, the wind. I've got a bunch of birds flying above me. I don't know if you can really see them, but I'm pointing right at them. And maybe I'll be able to clear that up when I get home on the machine. But yeah, here we are. We're going to be doing an outdoor reading, but Pisces, I wanted to share the ocean with you, but the wind is just too much. You're probably not going to be able to hear the read, so I'm going to go do the reading somewhere else where it's a little bit not quite as noisy with the wind and stuff. But anyhow, this is just kind of like, we're out here almost. There's a lake really close I'm going to probably go to, and I'll see you then. Hello there Pisces, here we are at the lake. And so I'm going to look around here. The wind isn't so bad here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go further down and I'm going to get right to the part to where it goes into the ocean. This is kind of like a lake, but there's a river that feeds into it and then it goes into the ocean. So maybe we can get some cool pictures there and I can do the reading there. There's a lot of sand down there, so, and hopefully not as windy. All right. Alright Pisces, we're here. I'm going to do the read here pretty soon. This is the ocean over here, you can see. And then when I turn around, there's the lake. Yeah, so you gotta, if you're into fishing, you can go freshwater fishing right here. And then if you get tired of freshwater fishing, you can go saltwater fishing right here. So actually there's really no estuary. I'm just standing in a great big mound of dirt that is in between the lake, and the ocean. And there it is right there. There's the lake and the ocean. So I think I'm going to go down here right in between and we'll do the reading down there. Here we are, Pisces. Find a spot. This is the ocean, like here, and then this is kind of like where it veers off into the lake. I guess it does enter the lake, or the lake enters the ocean at some point. See that boat out there? That boat out there is in the lake. They're in the lake. And then I'm going to get set up and we'll get right to it. Hello Pisces, here we are ready for your reading. And I kind of chose the lake side because it's not so windy and you can hear me a lot better. And it's still nice and sandy. And yeah, so what's going on with Pisces? Let's pull some runes. And also I wanted to let you know I pulled a tarot card before I left the house. And so what that card was the Fool. So, the Fool is card 0, Aries energy. Something new is starting. So what's going on with Pisces? Let's pull some runes out here. Ingwaz. Okay, so we have Ingwaz. Ingwaz is talking about a lacking of, or you could be learning something. Let's get some more here. What else is going on with Pisces? Raido in reverse. So some of you guys could be having car problems or having problems with transportation. The good news about Raido in reverse is it's talking about spiritual, kind of like spiritual leveling up, like your vibrational energies being uplifted. So it's very, very spiritual. It's promising. Okay. As far as it being in reverse, for some of you, like I say, you may be having some car problems, or either that, or it could be talking about now is not a good time to travel. You know, maybe you lack the money to travel somewhere or something. I don't know. Raido can also mean traveling somewhere where you don't want to go. What else? Wunjo in reverse. Wunjo in reverse. This is talking about keeping a very... Wunjo in reverse means unhappiness, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean unhappiness. The main thing about Wunjo in reverse is that you look at everything very... look at things positively, okay? Don't dwell on anything negative, because you've got to let that go. You got to let that negative energy go. If there's any negative energy at all that you're feeling, you know, you need to let that go. Wunjo tells you to not do anything hasty, okay? Don't do anything hasty. Just be yourself and keep going with the flow. What else? And there we go. Here's the breakthrough, Jera. Okay? So this is Jera. This is talking about a breakthrough. And luckily it's in the 4th position. So this is talking about not only the whole outlook of the deal, you know, the read, it's talking about balance. So, you know, balance is coming in, and a transformation is happening. A breakthrough. A breakthrough is currently happening right now. You're breaking free from something that didn't serve you. This is really good news. What else? Ingwaz. Wow. Very, very, very positive rune. Ingwaz is Aquarius energy, but it's procreative energy. It's something that's going to propel you forward in a very positive way, and it's touching Ingwaz. This lacking is going away, okay? Now, I've said this before a lot of times, and a lot of us have been struggling with money, but you know, the money here in the near future looks much better. I know it's hard for some of us to be able to see that, because you know, and I do see Nauthiz, and I know that some of you are struggling financially, but with Jera, that tells me it's a breakthrough, especially when it's backed up with Ingwaz. Ingwaz is extremely potent and powerful. It's procreative energy. It can also be sexual energy too, Pisces, but I'm not really feeling that. Then we have Dagaz right here. See Dagaz? Dagaz is daylight. Alright, so something's coming to light, Pisces. Something's coming to light. And as you notice, Dagaz is shaped like a butterfly. So this is transformation. And this is also dipping into somebody else's energy. So something has transformed with someone else as well. What else is going on with Pisces? Othala. Well, now I like that. Othala's in the upright. This is somebody in your family. This is Pisces energy, Pisces. You could be dealing with another Pisces. It doesn't have to be, for sure. It doesn't have to be, but this is, you know, you could be spending time with your family. You know, that's a good sign of spending time with your family. Yeah. Huh. All right. What else? You know, it is the weekend. The end of the weekend, but it's the weekend. Oh, Shadow. Shadow's sitting here snuggling. Uruz. Uruz is in reverse. So, you know, there's something about this family member that that they lost out on something, okay? they could be I don't know. I'm going to explore it more when I get home with the cards, but something to do with this family member losing out on something. Okay. Yeah. And I will definitely investigate that more when we get the cards. What's going on with Pisces? Oh, well, you got Eihwaz. And what a perfect rune. This is the death rune. And Uruz, I mean, the death rune here, Eihwaz, is talking about the death, the end of this lacking. See that lacking? It's the end of it. And you're going to learn something too. You're going to find something out. The reason I say that is because we have Dagaz right here. Something's coming to light. Something has changed. Yeah. So it'll be really super interesting to, you know, evaluate these a little bit further when I get home. I'm going to kind of show you the runes here. Get this thing to go down. There we go. Where are they? I hope you guys enjoy it out here. I love taking you guys out to see different places and such. Maybe I need to really pull that out. There we go. Yeah, and there's our reading. Maybe I can get this thing to go down a little bit more. No? Boy, it's making me get far away. But there it is. Yeah. So anyhow, Pisces, I sure hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to, you know, the reading isn't over yet, so make sure that you stick around, because I'm going to pull some tarot cards on these as soon as I get home. All right? So anyway, and I know you guys love the ocean. I just, you know, kind of avoided getting too close because of the fact that it's very, 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 very windy up there. You wouldn't hear me very well. But there you have it, Pisces, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys when I get back and pull more cards out. All right, Pisces, see you in a minute. Hello there, Pisces. How's it going? All right, so let's get into it. All right, Pisces, remember when I was out there doing the reading and I said that I pulled the Fool? Well, here's the Fool, okay? There's the Fool. The Fool is something new. It's a new it's a new beginning. It's something new starting. It's card 0, see, you know? It's also Aries energy. I see it here next to Eihwaz. And you know the biggest blooper that I did when I was out there, not to mention you probably couldn't hear me all that well, and yeah, I apologize about the wind. You know, my readings when I do them outside aren't really as, I don't really feel that they're as accurate until I bring them inside. And then, of course, the runes that I pull are accurate, but it's hard for me to concentrate as easily when I'm out in the woods or out in the you know, out when I'm outside. It's hard for me to be able to actually to think as clearly as I can when I'm here in my own, you know, little quiet environment. So anyhow, you know, the biggest bloop I did was talking about Nauthiz. This is definitely not Ingwaz, and it's what made me laugh. I was like, what? Where did I get Ingwaz? You know, this right here, Pisces, is Ingwaz. And, you know, and I don't know why, I really don't know why I said Ingwaz. I mean, there's something Spirit wants me to share about Ingwaz. And I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to tell you what Ingwaz is. Ingwaz is, it can be sexual energy. Now, you know, I wasn't really feeling that, you know, out there when I was doing the reading. Now, but this is a possibility though, because, you know, for some of us, because I've seen it in past readings, but I think for most of us, a lot of us, this is not. But now Ingwaz is a rune that talks about it's male energy, first of all. Okay, and so, but this rune talks about propelling you forward in a very positive way. It's procreative energy, and it's very fertile energy. That's why it could be considered sexual energy. And it very well could be for some of us. So I don't, you know, when I was giving you the definition of this, of course, Nauthiz means lacking. So I don't know. I don't know why I called this Ingwaz, because, yeah, Ingwaz is definitely not lacking. In fact, it's the opposite. So, and it's a good thing here too, Pisces, that the Ingwaz here, Ingwaz here is touching Nauthiz right here, because that tells me that this is going away. This is too positive of a rune. This is like too powerful of a rune to be able to be around this. This could be something that you're learning as well. This could be this could most likely, like I said, you were thinking about learning. You know, I was thinking that maybe some of you guys are about learning something. And whatever it is that you're learning, if you are learning something, it's going to propel you forward in a very positive way. So, like, you know, this could be learning something that's going to help you get further. You know, kind of reminds me of, you know, having a college degree or something like that. But, you know, of course, this necessarily does most certainly does not necessarily mean that. I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, so and so yeah, I just wanted to clear that up about my little blooper there with Nauthiz calling it Ingwaz. I don't know why I did that. That's pretty strange, but I guess Spirit wanted me to explain Ingwaz more. Yeah, weird. But anyway, you got Raido here. And so Raido's in reverse. Raido is talking about, you're right, it means wagon wheel. That's the meaning of it. When it's in reverse, it's talking about possible car problems. There could be car problems or something like that. Or you could be having transportation problems. You could be lacking money to be able to travel somewhere. Could be something like that. And that's probably what it is for some of us. I feel that for sure. But the good news here about Raido in reverse is that it's talking about spirituality, like leveling up, moving up spiritually. So that's very positive there. All right. Now, the next rune we have here is Wunjo. All right, Wunjo. And Wunjo, the real meaning of this is unhappiness. But it doesn't mean that we're unhappy. What it means here is it means that we, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that at all. I mean, somebody might be unhappy, yeah, but, you know, the way I'm feeling this rune right here is talking about more to like, don't do anything sudden. Don't do any, stay positive. Stay positive and don't do anything sudden. All right. The next rune we have here is Jera. Now Jera, as you can see, it looks like it's balanced out, right? So this is some sort of balance that's coming into us. This is some sort of a balance. All right, and it's also a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough in something. Something is going to break. You're going to have a breakthrough on something, Pisces. If it hasn't happened already, it's going to. All right. Been talking about breakthroughs in every other reading. So, you know, the timeline's different for some. It's not always the same. But this is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. This is also a torch. And torches, and I didn't mention this when we were outside, but this is a torch, and a torch also lights up something, you know, in the dark. So this could be like learning about something, learning about, you know, maybe something unknown. Yeah, and I feel that for sure. But what Jera here is saying, especially next to Wunjo, is to don't do anything sudden, okay? And stay positive. Positive, remember, positive attracts positive, all right? And then we have Ingwaz. Now this is Ingwaz. It's not, it's not that. So, yeah, man, I don't know what I was thinking. But this is very, very potent and powerful energy. Something is going to propel you forward in a positive way. And whatever this lacking is, if there's any lacking whatsoever at all, that, you know, it's going to go away. And you're going to learn something, like I said, as well. And with Dagaz here, this is kind of interesting. You could be dealing with the Pisces, because I see two Pisces runes here. This is Pisces, a Pisces rune as well. Dagaz is daylight. This means daylight and transformation. So something may be coming to light, and whoever this could be actually a family member, all right? The family member looks, you know, it looks good. I mean, with Othala in the upright, you know, it's usually good. It's something with it. The meaning of Othala is inheritance, okay? So, but it could be talking about, you know, also, you know, spending time with the family, you know. It's a good rune. It's very positive. Yeah. Now, with Uruz here, this is talking about missing out on something, or, yeah. This is somebody else's energy, but it's also our energy as well. As far as we're concerned, you know, I think Pisces, a lot of us need to get our sleep, okay? So I hope, you know, it being Sunday and everything, I hope you got your sleep. I apologize about the late posting of this, but it takes me a few hours to actually produce the movie, you know, the video. I put captions in the first part of it because it was so hard for people to hear me. I'm going to put a timestamp too, so if you want to just skip that and get to the nitty gritty, you can come right here too. But you can always look at the video just to see the, you know, the scenery. But yeah, I had to put captions in it, and that takes a really long time. And it's hard to put captions in when you can't hear yourself. That's for sure. So, but anyway, yeah, this right here, this is the death rune. This is Eihwaz. This is really good news. This is the end of this. This is the end of this lacking. So if there's any lacking at all, you know, yeah, that's coming to an end. And like I say, if you're dealing with another Pisces, that Pisces has changed, okay? This Pisces is not the same Pisces you knew before. It's totally different. Yeah. And there's something here about missing out on something or losing out on something, and I'm not really too sure about what that is. And I don't really think that we really need to honestly worry about it so much as because it's in somebody else's energy. You know what I mean? And everything else looks really good. So, you know, it could be something as simple as, you know, maybe they missed an appointment or something. You know, who knows? I'm not going to get into that. I want to mainly concentrate on us. So, but anyway, what's going on with Pisces? What is going on with Pisces? What's going on with Pisces? We got the Fool here. So that's a new beginning, a new start. What else? You got the Eight of Wands. Well, I like this Eight of Wands. You know, this is really kind of like, now I'm really looking at it, and I see Nauthiz on here too. Oops, sorry. I see Nauthiz on it right here. Yeah, you see Nauthiz and Nauthiz. And, you know, like I said, Nauthiz means lacking. It means lacking, really, it does. It means hardship, you know, struggle. And see what he's doing with this book? The Eight of Wands is some sort of communication. And it looks to me like he's closing the book. He's closing the book on this. There it is. It's on both the pages. He's closing that book on this. He's closing the book on lacking. See, and there's the death rune to back it up. And look it up above here. There's a rainbow. Man, this is good news, man. Something new is starting. And this lacking, whatever it is, and I know I've been saying it a lot, you know, and a lot of you guys have been suffering and lacking money. I know, but like I said, things are about to change. What else? The timeline for these readings is not always the same, Pisces. It could be different, you know. What is going on with Pisces? This already could have happened, or this could be happening now, or this, you know, is going to be happening in the future. What's going on with Pisces? Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. And it may not even resonate at all, you know. It usually resonates a little bit with somebody for sure, though. When you're watching me, for sure, it's gonna some of it's gonna resonate. Then we have the Knight of Cups, and I remember saying that, you know, I didn't really feel, you know, this is talking about sexual energy, you know, and I didn't really feel that, but you know, there's a possibility here of some sort of romance. You know, I don't know. We're gonna clarify it. So, like I say, Pisces, when I'm sitting here and I'm staring at this and I'm in my zone, I'm so much, I feel so much more connected to that. When I get outside, I'm kind of like out in it. I feel like I'm, you know, I'm not, I can't explain it, but a good example is me calling Nauthiz Ingwaz. Yeah. So why is a Fool there? This new start. We already know it's a new start, right? And we got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. Wow. So now Pisces, see, the Three of Wands is looking, this is looking out. You know, looking out, broadening your horizon, looking out, making a plan to move forward, broadening your horizons. You know, you could be, like I said, you know, some of you could be in the process of maybe moving too, because this kind of gives me that feeling, you know, broadening your horizons. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're moving. It just, I don't know why, I just felt that for a second, you know. But this is really mainly talking about, you know, looking out. This is looking out towards your future with success. I see Eihwaz here on the front. This is going to be a very successful venture, Pisces. Yeah, I like it. Let's get one more card for the Fool. Wow, look at this. And things are going to start picking up very, very quickly. Pisces, the Fool. The Fool is like, I mean, the Chariot. The Chariot is like the fastest, one of the fastest moving energies. you know, the Eight of Wands is fast energy too. Wow, things are going to be really picking up really quickly, and there's your victory. See Kanaz right there? That is victory. And this is moving very, very fast, and it's very focused. Because as you notice, the usual chariot card, you know, it shows a horse kind of distracted going off to one side. These two cats that are pulling this are looking forward. This is straightforward, quick energy, successful energy. Wow, man. What else? Why is the Eight of Wands there? Wow. The Six of Swords. So like I said, you know, you could be getting some information about you know, you're closing the door on something. Maybe you're moving. For sure, you're moving out of something. You're moving to some sort of better place, or this could be spiritually moving upward too, as far as you know, your spirituality. You know, you have Raido here in reverse. This is kind of like leveling up spiritually. So you could be moving forward spiritually, but this could also be a physical move. I feel it is for some of us. But whatever it is, it's very positive, and it's moving into calmer waters. Yeah, moving off into the sunset. Yeah, leaving something behind. What else here? Yeah, look at what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind the Eight of Swords. This is what you're leaving behind, Pisces. Yeah, you're leaving behind this feeling stuck and feeling trapped with you know, with very little resource. Yeah, well, that's really good. Wow. Why is the Knight of Cups there? Why is the Knight of Cups there? The Magician. Oh, that's interesting. It's a major arcana. The Magician here is talking about mankind too. See, he's pointing up to Menez. There's something here that's being manifested. You know, there's something here that's being manifested. Wow, justice. Justice. Wow, that's a trip. Well, this is kind of like a little bit difficult here, Pisces. But, you know, what I'm thinking here is that, you know, somebody could be maybe approaching you out of love. Yeah. Somebody could be trying to manifest you out of love to bring you some sort of justice. This could be love. This could be somebody that really, you know, what's going on with Pisces? Wow, the Ten of Pentacles. See the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, this could be somebody that loves you, Pisces, and wants, you know, could be somebody that really wants to be a part of your life. This is like, you know, everything. This is, you know, stability. Your back is turned to Nauthiz. Your back is turned to Nauthiz. Look at, and this is Nauthiz right here. And this is the end of it with the Death Rune. And the only thing here is there's some sort of insecurity here. And things that were moving really slow, but yeah, I feel that there could be some sort of an insecurity here going on. But, you know, so what? You know, the thing about it is, Isa is the sometimes we have to come out of our comfort zone, you know, to reach success. And I think that this is somebody trying to do that to reach you, Pisces. Somebody here wants to reach you. Somebody here doesn't want to miss out on you. This is what Uruz is talking about. I finally figured that out. So this is somebody trying to manifest you, Pisces, in a way. Yeah, this is what they really, yeah. This could be love. This could be somebody else too. It could be, you know, it could be somebody in your family. It could be somebody that wants to make you family. You know? Yeah, what's the bottom of the deck say? Well, you got the Ace of Swords. Well, things are going to be coming very to you very, very clearly very soon, Pisces. All right? And then you have the Strength card. So just be strong and keep moving forward. I know you got this. All right? I know you got this. Look at this too. I kind of wanted to share these two cards too because I'm just kind of like looking at them and they just kind of came out. You know, you got the Ten of Wands. And you know, the Ten of Wands, this is an awesome Ten of Wands. It's like the burdens that you've carried and all this lacking are going away. It's starting with the Ace of Wands. It's going to become very clear. All right, very, very soon, actually, with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. That's very quick energy. And then here we have the Death card. You know, a new beginning, a new chapter. Man, what an awesome reading. Not, you know, I kind of like was a little bit concerned when I was pulling these runes out there because, you know, the first ones aren't really all that too friendly, but when you pull the cards out, it makes a big, big, big difference. So what else is going on with Pisces? There's a lot of other places I'd like to take you guys to. But like I say, when I take you, it's not really to be serious about a read. It's more to take you to show you the sights and also to do a reading. But, you know, like I say, I do better readings when I can really zone out here in my own little space. So the first card you got here out of the Moon card is it says it's time to release negativity. And I think I said that in the outdoor part of the reading. So yeah, I was feeling that for sure. And it says here, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. All right, Pisces. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get here into the birthday extended readings now. And we're going to explore a little further. And I want to pull some Kipper cards out too. What the hey, eh? May as well pull some Kipper cards. All right. So, okay. Let's get to the birthday part. All right, so Pisces, we have 3 different runes for our birthdays. The first rune we have is Eihwaz. That's for, it's Sowilo, sorry. Sowilo. That is for Pisces born February 19th to February 27th. And then we have Eihwaz, and that's for Pisces born February 28th to March 14th. And then lastly, we have Barkana, and that is for Pisces born March 15th to March 20th. All right, so if you're born in any of those dates, you know what rune is your birthdays. All right, so anyway, before I do that, I want to pull some Kipper cards out. So let's see what's going on here. What's going on with Pisces? What's going on with Pisces? Child. Child. Interesting. Maybe you're dealing with a child, Pisces. Yeah. could be a child in your life involved. What else? Great fortune. Wow. Man, see what I'm saying, Pisces? I mean, I know that, like I said, a lot of us are really struggling. But with this great fortune, I mean, now, great fortune doesn't necessarily have to be money, but, you know, I feel that it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but, you know, it definitely feels to me like your money is definitely changing. It does, you know. Ingwaz reminds me of money for sure. It's sitting right next to Dagaz. What else? Let's get one more card for Pisces. Great fortune can be, you know, like anything really. It doesn't have to be money. And the Lovers. Yeah, see, like I said, the Lovers. This could be, like I said, with the what is that? Okay, with the Knight of Cups, yeah, Lovers, the Lovers, and it could be a decision as well, Pisces. But yeah, you know, the Lovers. Like I said, somebody could be wanting to approach you or something out of love. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be, you know, somebody else, but it is definitely out of love. And it could be a decision as well. And with great fortune, you know, you don't have to be rich to have great fortune. You can have really great health and a happy life and have great fortune. So, but, you know, money helps for sure. And then we have the child card. And so you could be around a child, you know, like a grandchild, you know, or your own children, you know, that's great fortune right there. It is. All right, well, let's pull some Irish runes out here. So what's going on with Pisces? What's going on with Pisces? Ia. I think that's Ia, or is it Edad? I think it's both. It's pronounced both ways, but this card means bravery. I know that. See, he's walking up to a lion. Let's pull another card out. Don't worry, I'll get the meanings and everything. I'll get all the meanings and everything when I pull them all out. Gort. Gort is like the vine, some sort of vine. You know, Gort can be talking about romance. Yeah, you know, I'm saying I don't feel it, you know, outside when I was outside. Well, I definitely feel it now. What's going on with Pisces? Alim. And, you know, Alim could be talking about pregnancy, too. See, she's pregnant. It's also talking about sexual energy. See, I have Ingwaz. That is sexual energy. And, you know, I see a child right here. So somebody could be pregnant. Let's get the book on that. All right. So let's get over here to Eihwaz. Let's see, is that it? Nope. There it is right there. Okay, yeah, this is Ia. It's Ia or Edad, either or, like I said. And the meaning of this is bravery. Bravery and overcoming your fears and worries about the future. So this is very, very awesome, and I love it. And it represents a visual quake of the aspen tree because actually this is the aspen tree. It symbolizes how accepting your fears and worries may make you stronger and help you overcome them. Remember that aspen tree is quite strong yet flexible. Remember this while trying to overcome difficulties. Ea can also represent enlightenment and the connection with the universe through altered consciousness. So this is talking about, having altered consciousness, like kind of like a dreamy state, kind of like the way I feel when I'm doing these readings, when I'm in my own little zone. It's kind of hard for me to do that when I'm outside, but it's something I'm definitely working on. But this is definitely a very positive card, and it's, it's pointing to strength and bravery. Let's get over here to Gort. Like I said, Gort can be sexual energy. Let's see where it's at here. Gort, here it is. Okay. Gort is the ivy tree. Like I said, this is the ivy. Okay. And the meaning of this is stubbornness. The meaning of it is spirals, but stubbornness, wildness, development, abundance, gratitude, and rest. So you want to get your rest, okay? Beautiful curves of ivy symbolize our soul's search for the meaning of our DNA and galaxies in the universe. Celts saw spirals as representatives of life and soul, showing us how we can grow and expand our lives. Ivy also represents ambition with its ability to grow under conditions that most plants cannot survive. Use your unique abilities to overcome obstacles that seem impossible while pursuing your goals and dreams, but be persistent even if growth or progress may be seeming, slow, because it's not going to be slow very long. It definitely isn't. And it's just telling you to make sure that you get your rest. All right? And I don't know where I got this as sexual energy, but maybe I just felt it off the Aline for sure because she's pregnant. Let's look at Aline. Kind of seems like I'm a little scattered today. Do you guys feel that way too? Have you guys kind of felt scattered? It's kind of like this really weird energy I feel. Because I kind of feel scattered, and I normally don't. But this is a really good, very good rune. It's talking about excitement and joy and euphoria and creation. See? Yeah, creation. This is talking about creation. And pregnancy. So like I said, somebody could be pregnant or getting pregnant. You might be on the threshold for something new and exciting, but be patient. Fir tree is known for its height, and it gives you a beautiful perspective that can change your opinion easily. Alim will make you rise above your current position and see things more clearly from above. So this is really good. Yeah. All right. I want to pull these out first. Usually pull these out last, but I'm already scatterbrained as it is, so. It's all these different energies, kind of weird. Maybe it's that full moon that's really affecting me. There's the eye. That's good. The eye's in the upright. Yeah, that's very good. Let's see what it says. Did I just pass it? There it is. In the upright, the eye signifies intuition, clarity, and the awakening of the inner wisdom. Okay, yeah, this is like Raido in reverse.
Mm-hmm. Like the all-seeing eye that penetrates the veil of illusion, it represents the power of perception and the ability to discern truth from falsehood, guiding us towards greater understanding and enlightenment. So yeah, this is really good. You're going to be able to see something pretty clearly, Pisces. Going to be able to see how clutter-minded I am. Oh, I see energy. I think you guys might be feeling it too. What's going on with Pisces? The sun. Well, everybody likes the sun. So what's the sun got to say here? The sun signifies abundance and positive energy. Like the rising sun, it heralds a period of growth, achievement, and fulfillment, illuminating our path, providing clarity in our endeavors. Well, you know, I see daylight right here, and I see the Ace of Swords. I mean, that's light and that's clarity. Sure is. Let's get another one. Ah, you got the waves. Man, the witch runes are coming out really good today. The waves is a very awesome rune, and it's good even in reverse. It's just a little, it's not as good. But the waves rune signifies fluidity, flexibility, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with ease. Like the rhythmic movement of the waves upon the shore, it encourages us to embrace change and go with the flow, trusting in our ability to adapt to whatever comes our way. Well, I like it. What's going on with Pisces? Arrogance. Inability to see your flaws. Know your limitations while trying to learn and improve. Well, I try to learn my flaws. You saw one of my flaws. Calling this Ingwaz. I still don't understand why I did that. It's that strange energy that's going on after this full moon. What's going on with Pisces? Power struggle. Desire for recognition or the need to assert your authority over others. So be very careful about that, Pisces. I don't know. That's a card that maybe is right under the subconscious. Maybe somebody might feel that that's how you're coming across. So I know sometimes people might think that honestly, sometimes people think I'm bossy. Sometimes I don't really mean to come across like that. So I always watch myself. Self-sabotage. Undermining your success by procrastinating or negative self-talk or fear of failure. So don't do that, Pisces. Don't talk about yourself negatively. I try my best not to about myself, but my stupid little negative flaws aren't really, I don't know. They could be bad. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody would have to tell me. But I definitely don't go around calling myself fat or telling myself I'm no good. I don't do that. It's not good to do that. What's going on with Pisces? Of course, I'm not fat, but even if I was, I wouldn't call myself fat. What's going on with Pisces? Behold beauty. Behold beauty. When you insist that the world is hostile and others are enemies, don't be surprised that it is so. Self-fulfilling prophecies fortunately work both ways. And I really am really happy that that card came out because, you know, if you really listen to what that's saying, it's talking about Wonju, all right? Stay very positive, all right? Don't dwell in something negative. You know, look at things in a very, very positive way. And you'll see that it works out just fine, okay? When you insist that the world is hostile, you know, that's the way it's going to be. But if you insist that it's not, you know, then this is going to flip right around. Wow, that makes sense to me. That really came through loud and clear. What else is going on with Pisces? The key. All you do with ease and enthusiasm is the path to your goal. Actions are secondary. Make the energy within your primary focus. Do not underestimate the little joys. Wow, I like that. That is the key, Pisces. What else? Fulfillment. You don't need anyone's approval to pursue and fulfill your purpose. Embrace your unique journey and trust that it's leading you to where you need to go. Really like that too. And finally, we're going to pull a couple runes out just to see what else. What's going on with Pisces? We got Eihwaz, the death rune. That is awesome. This is the death rune right there. Same rune. Eihwaz. So, you know, Pisces, something's coming to an end and something is definitely starting. This is a new start. It's talking about the Fool card. The Fool card is talking about a new start. The ending of a chapter of your life. You saw that guy closing the book on lacking. There it is. There's the end of that. This is the beginning of a new chapter, the beginning of something new. What else? Oh, you have Eihwaz. I like that. That's protection, Pisces. So we're protected. So, you know, there's Eihwaz right there. This is talking about how we're protected. This is protection. So, that, I mean, I really like that. And let's get one more rune. It's actually turned out to be a really good reading. Yeah. Wonju. And look at that. Look at that, Pisces. Wonju in the upright. That's awesome. You know, Wonju in the upright is happiness and joy. See? So this is like, you know, kind of like the bottom line. This is what's going to happen. You're going to end up being happy, all right? Right now things are kind of like a little bit, you know, rocky, you know, especially maybe some of you may not have the means to go somewhere or for your transportation or something, but everything is changing and this is your breakthrough, right? So you're having a breakthrough. Very, very powerful energy here, propelling you forward. All this hardship with the ten of Wands there, it's dissolving. It's dissolving. See, look at this. I just love this Ten of Wands, and I normally don't like the Ten of Wands, but this one I do. I mean, all this, it's all going away. You know, the only thing here is just, you know, you're going to feel a little bit, you know, insecure about a few things. I see this is the second time I saw that. I saw that on the Ten of Pentacles too. So, you know, sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, Pisces, but you know, we're protected. So it's all good. And this Wongu here is not talking about unhappiness. It's talking about not doing anything sudden and being and staying as positive as you can. All right. Yeah. Well, there you have it, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. All right, Pisces. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.